Well, friends, 72 seasons is upon us, and my inner metal heart is filled with absolute fulfillment, dark joy, and warm metal thoughts. Like I thought it would. To get it out of the way, I was not one of those people that said 72 seasons was going to fail. In fact, I was pretty sure that it was going to kick ass. And I have proof in my last video that I made about 72 seasons. In that video, I solely judged what was to come after hearing the first 4 songs that was released, and I can clearly say I was right. Was it worth the 7-year wait? You bet your ass it was. 72 seasons is 7 years after Hardwired. Hardwired has its highs and lows, but it was pretty good for the most part. I was not in love with the sound of Hardwired, but it did kick ass in its own right. Which brings me to 72 seasons. This record is much, much better in my opinion. This record sounds cohesive, and the songs sound more natural and straightforward, which is a win for all of us. Something about songs from the last 2 records did sound a bit forced, so 72 seasons just sounds very, very natural. With 72 seasons, what you're getting is 90s Metallica. Again, I wasn't expecting the 80s Metallica, because, let's face it, they're much older, and why would you expect that? Why would you expect this? This record, 72 seasons, is in the 90s Metallica territory because the record sounds massive, sonically fantastic, and has a lot of Black Album vibes. And dare I say it, Reload as well, but both are welcome in my book. Sonically, I can hear everything clearly and concisely. Hell, I can even hear the bass tone coming through nicely throughout the record, and I think that kind of makes it a little bit more special. So the overall feel of this record is very Black Sabbath. It's got all the musings of a Black Sabbath record, but with a Metallica stamp on it. Power vocals, heavy grooves, evil chords, evil notes, dark atmospheres, wicked lyrics, guitar solos, trippy vocals, powerful messages, and ultra killer riffs. I think the Doom vibe fits Metallica pretty well, and Metallica goes all in on this record. By the way, you do have to listen to this record on 11. It just sounds that much better. I mean, classic records are not listened at low volume, so get with that program and turn that shit up. It's really the only way to judge and listen a Metallica record, and seriously, you need to put it at that high, piss off your neighbor's volume to really get a good feel of how good this record is. There is a ton of substance on this record. I've listened to the record for a few days now, and I'm already trying to find the deeper meanings, messages, and interpretations of the songs. I'm sure it's going to take a little bit more than a few days to find true meaning of each track, especially because every time I listen, I'm finding new meaning each time. But that's the beauty of James's lyrics and the band's clever way of weaving the songs together to compound the ultimate messages of these songs. Now please don't get me wrong, there are things that I wish the band incorporated more of in this record. More thrash drumming, more whiplash style riffing, more technical solos, off-kiltered rhythms, but am I sad that it's not there? Hell no! No! There's tons of heavy riffs, melodies, Harvester of Sorrow type drum and guitar combos, and amazing dual guitar harmonies, double bass, great lyrics, backing vocals, and the record has a ton of attitude and more that make this one so consistent and such a special record. Listening to the record as a whole is really quite the experience, period. By the way, if you haven't already, please hit the like and the subscribe button and make sure to turn on your notifications for the next time I post. It really helps increase engagement and the overall algorithm for the channel. Please tell your friends, your family, your co-workers, and everyone you know to subscribe and help spread the word. I have a gut feeling that some of these songs will sound better in a live setting. Metallica's live sound is absolutely legendary, and I've seen them enough times to know that they also creatively work on their set lists so that each song complements the next and so forth. There is an ebb and a flow to how they perform their live sets, and really they never disappoint. And how about all of the awesome videos that accompany all of these tracks that they're releasing? All of the videos are pretty awesome, somehow tied to a standard theme, but all managed to be different with just amazing visuals. My two favorites would be Lux Eterna and Room of Mirrors. Room of Mirrors is currently my favorite because it's pretty different from anything Metallica has done before, but overall, all of the videos are pretty badass. I would also like to point out that Metallica has been at this for 40 plus years. 40 plus years. It's absolutely mind-bending to know how long Metallica has been doing this, and it is so appreciated. There's something to say about their longevity, track record, and lasting supremacy in metal, and I'm glad that Metallica is the one that carries the metal flag, because seriously, who's going to carry it afterwards when they're gone? Sure, there's a few, but probably none better than Metallica. Okay, so how about we dive deeper into the songs? Let's start from the first track. 72 Seasons. What a way to start a record. The title track sets the pace and the mood of the whole record, and you already know that we're gonna be in for a ride after hearing the intro of the song. The song, it's thrashy, heavy, fast-paced, aggressive, and an absolute great way to set the overall tone of 72 Seasons. Track 2, Shadows Follow. Absolute classic Metallica. High energy with a holier-than-thou pace. This is the type of Metallica song that I absolutely cannot get enough of. The staccato start-stop, drumming with chugging guitars. Intro is Metallica's specialty, and it sounds so tight. This one's an in-your-face song. I think it's a crowd pleaser, and it's a fitting track to follow the title track. Screaming Suicide. This one sounds like it came from the Garage Days era, which I just absolutely love. When this one was released before the record, it was another indicator that this record was just going to kick ass. This is a standout track. James kills on this track, and his lyrics are so visceral. Talking about a very taboo topic and making light of it is not easy, but James does this in this track, and it is so appreciated. Kirk's solo on this track is also absolutely fire. Sleepwalk My Life Away. What an intro. It's so badass. This groove is unlike anything I've heard from Metallica, so it just kicks ass from the start. That bass line over largest toms, driven by that guitar riff, it just works so well. It's just so groovy, it's great. The song gets pretty heavy after the intro and plows through, so don't worry about that. The midsection delivers this nice breakdown that's for sure to get your head banging. And then there's that outro part starting at the 6:20 mark, and I think it's one of the best moments of the record. It's just so royally heavy. It's freaking great. You Must Burn. I mean, the title says it all, right? It's so awesome. It's one of the heaviest songs on the record, and it's got that sad but true vibe to it. This song, I think, will be on repeat for diehard Metallica fans. I can totally envision this thing live and everybody just all over it. The midsection is very special. It's got a very electric funeral sound that captures a mysterious ceremonial type of vibe, very King Diamond Ghost-like. The solo on this song, I think, is one of the best on the record. I'll be learning this one for sure. This song also has one of the best lyrics throughout the record, and James just kills the vocals on this. You Must Burn is easily one of my favorite tracks. And because we're talking about favorite tracks, we've come to my favorite track, which is Lux Eterna, the first one they dropped. I mean, when they dropped this song unexpectedly and I woke up and I saw the YouTube channel with this, I was just completely shocked, surprised, and excited. And then when I pressed play, absolutely mind blown. This track is one of my most favorite Metallica songs ever. Something about this track, the Motorhead-ish, in a mix between something that could be on Kill 'Em All. It's just like a dream come true. It's perfectly crafted, I think. James is on fire on this one, and the double bass drumming just kills. Lux Eterna has all the pieces needed that make a great Metallica song. Crown of Barbed Wire. This is a standout track. I find myself going to this song a lot throughout this record. I think I'm in love with how James says barbed wire in the chorus. But there's also that badass riff that I can't get enough of. It's like really stuck in my head. The chorus to this song is something you'll be singing for sure. Chasing Light. The pre-chorus and the chorus to this song is absolutely killer. The midsection of the song dives into this beautiful classic Kirk solo that over a groovy 80s new wave like riff. I don't know, it's so cool. It just works so well. This song has a steady drive to it, and I think a lot of the fans here will appreciate this one. If Darkness Had a Sun. This one's not my favorite. I think the intro is pretty cheesy, and I'm not fond of the chorus either. But the verses, the midsection is killer, and Kirk's solo on this one is pretty signature. And then hearing it on Jimmy Kimmel Live, by the way, kind of changed it a bit for me. It did sound better live for some reason, but this one's just not one of my go-tos. Too Far Gone. I think you heard me playing it in the beginning. Can you say No Remorse? This song can because the riff sounds like No Remorse. And I'm all about that. By the time the chorus hits, you're just deep in this rabbit hole and it's fantastic. The bridge is so fantastic. The dual guitar kicks in and James' vocals take over, and I can see this one being a song that fans will clamor to see live. This is another standout track on this record. By the time you get to this part of the record, you get this injection and you're once again reminded why Metallica is the alpha titan of the metal world. I want to hear this one live. Please play it live. Room of Mirrors. Not much to say here. This is old school Metallica with thrashy drums that'll get your head banging. I expect this one to be on the set list. I'm sure many fans will as well. Also, did I mention how cool the video is? I think I did earlier, but if you haven't, seriously, it's a very, very cool video. Last track on this record, Inamorata. The midsection to this song is absolutely outstanding. Rob's bass just takes over and just takes center stage. The lyrics for this track are also amazing, and I found myself singing along to this even after only one spin. Something about the word misery just catches quick. The dual guitar harmonies for this track and the overall guitars are fantastic. I think Inamorata, feels like it'll be one of the tracks that people will be talking about. It just has that general Metallica vibe. I think that that people will love. So there it is. The 7-year wait is over, and I, for one, am pretty satisfied. To get new music from Metallica 40 plus years later is just a blessing. Just take a look at how many bands have come and gone. It's unfathomable. They're beating all the odds, and I love it. There's just something about new Metallica songs, new records, that's like medicine to my soul. So much contentment over here, I tell you. They have absolute classics on this record, and this record proves that they still have so much left in their gas tank. I love that. 72 season proves that, and I'll say it again, it's a very special record. I can't believe they've outdone themselves, but they have. 72 seasons from Metallica is phenomenal. Long live the gods of metal. Let's hear your thoughts in the comments below. And before we wrap up, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel and help spread the word. I'll see you next time.